Morning everybody, Sam here, United People's TV and Man United People's Person on Facebook with MUFC Daily, 10:30am every single day. I'm muting my laptop there, whoops. Anyway, let's get straight into the news. Where are you watching this from? Let me know in the comments below. As you can see, look at that, sexy new background instead of a deep red colour. Trying to improve the show. If there's anything else you'd like me to do to improve the show, let me know in the comments. But let's get straight to the news. Today is all about injury news and injury updates ahead of Man United's big game ahead against Chelsea, on Sunday, a place where we've only won once in 15 years in the Premier League, I think. 2012, we beat Chelsea 3-2 when Hernandez got an offside winner. Van Persie got 2 goals, or one was an own goal, I don't really remember. But Man United's bogey ground has certainly been Stamford Bridge. And there are some seriously major injury concerns for both teams going into this game. Now, Manchester United, we're obviously missing Marcus Rojo and Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who haven't played a game so far this season. They'll be back sooner rather than later, but we're going to have to cope without both of those. Now, midfield is where our injury concerns lie. Paul Pogba, his hamstring injury has ruled him out since September, and he was supposed to be back for this game against Chelsea. There's supposedly not be any setbacks in his injury problems, any reason why he wouldn't be back, but he's not back. Pogba is still training individually at Carrington, and Man United are going to have to cope without our best player. We are desperately struggling without Paul Pogba. Romelu Lukaku is getting zero service up front without Paul Pogba in the team. Henry Mkhitaryan's poor form is not helping either, but we're going to have to cope without Paul Pogba. And Marouane Fellaini too, the man who was banging form before he got injured. He is not set to be fit either. And neither is Michael Carrick. 3 central midfielders we don't have that are fit. Now, Nemanja Matic, he played the full 90 against Benfica, I think, which was a bit of a surprise. Man of the match, arguably, again. He needs to have a bumper game against Chelsea for Man United to have any real chance of winning that match. And he'll probably play alongside Ander Herrera, a man who's been a little bit out of form so far this season, but a man we all know and love, and hopefully he can improve and return to his best form. But maybe Scott McTominay will get a chance. Made his Champions League full debut against Benfica, and he played very, very well. Maybe he'll slot into midfield. Let's read a few of your comments here straight away. We've got Favor on YouTube watching from Washington, D.C. Keith Wilson watching from Jamaica. Dave watching from Ethiopia. Good morning to you all. We've got Rajiv and Ismail both watching from Mauritius. Emmanuel watching from Guyana. John watching from Dubai. Malik from India. Seriously, everywhere. Jim from Chichester. There you go. Bring it back to England. Let's go over to Facebook and see where you're watching from here as well. We've got Mahez Rowan watching from Mauritius. Oscar watching from London. Good morning to you both. India watching from India. Puneeth watching from India. And Rene watching from New York. Sorry about that. As I said, Man United do have some major injury concerns ahead of this game. Hopefully Jose Mourinho can give us some positive injury news in his press conference, which he has today at 1 p.m. We'll bring you updates from that as well over on our Twitter feed. But Chelsea's midfield is looking pretty weak as well. Now, N'Golo Kante, he was supposed to be back fit and ready for this game against Manchester United, but he is now apparently 50-50 as to whether he is going to be fit or not. And even if he's the right side of 50 and he does play for Chelsea, it's his first game back, and he won't be the barnstorming Kante, the one that's won 2 consecutive Premier Leagues. He won't have that level of fitness, which can only be a good thing. And other than Kante, you're looking at Chelsea's midfield options. Chelsea fans have been reeling at the midfield partnership between Bakayoko and Fabregas, because Fabregas doesn't operate very well in a midfield 2. He needs a midfield 3, so he has zero defensive responsibility and can just play as that basically a number 10 type midfielder and just concentrate on attacking. But alongside Bakayoko, Fabregas can't do that running. And Bakayoko right now has some fatigue problems. Danny Drinkwater's only just returned to fitness and hasn't played 90 minutes. So there's some seriously major midfield injury concerns, both for Manchester United and for Chelsea, that neither are going to be playing their ideal starting 11 in midfield. And it's cliche, but 90% of the time it's true. You win or lose a game in midfield. If you can control midfield and control possession of the ball, you're going to control the game. And that's what Man United need to do against Chelsea. Last year, Stamford Bridge was a horror show. Mourinho's first game back against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge as Manchester United manager, we can see one after 20, 30 seconds. I think it was Pedro, and we collapsed. We absolutely collapsed. And N'Golo Kante even managed to dribble through our defence to make it 4-0, I think. It was an embarrassing performance, a real dark day for Mourinho. And as much as Liverpool away, for me, is still the biggest game of the season. For Mourinho, this is his biggest game of the season. This is the one that matters to him the most because of his history with Chelsea, their most successful manager. But the relationship between Chelsea fans and Mourinho is not perfect at all. Now, there's quite a lot of animosity towards him. Ball Street will be doing a documentary on that, speaking to Rory from Chelsea Fans TV and people like that about Mourinho's relationship with the Chelsea fans. So make sure you check that out over on Ball Street when that comes out. But let's get through to a few of your comments. Suban on YouTube saying, our defence is key. Expecting them to be solid again. Not much hope from the attacking players. Man United's defence. De Gea's conceded like 4 goals in 10 Premier League games so far. Outrageous stats for De Gea. Kept a clean sheet against Spurs and they pumped Real Madrid and Liverpool. Defence has been our strong point this season, and that is what you would expect from a Jose Mourinho team. But our attack certainly needs to be a little bit more clinical against Chelsea. We did have opportunities against Benfica. We did have opportunities against, can't remember who we played the game before that. I hate when your mind goes blank like that. But Man United's attack at the moment, it's just not looking how it did early this season. And Paul Pogba not being in the squad is a major reason for that. Henrik Mkhitaryan being out of form is another major reason for that. But players have got to step up and do it against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. We're probably going to be playing a 3-5-2, similar to what we did against Spurs at Old Trafford. That's who we played before, sorry, Spurs. I don't know why my mind went blank. We will do that. And we did that against Chelsea at Old Trafford last year, remember? We played Lingard and Rashford up front. We won 2-0, one of our best performances of the season. We need to play that well again against Chelsea. And we need to do it on Sunday. Got Oleg Benes saying McTominay should play. Right, let me know in the comments now, both on Facebook and YouTube. Type yes or no if you think that McTominay should start against Chelsea, and I'll run through a few of your comments later on. We got, I'm not even going to try and pronounce your name, but someone watching from Nagaland. How you doing, mate? Is that even a country? Probably is. Sorry about that. David Stark watching from Cambodia. Good morning to you, buddy. You've got Dane Ryan watching from, he's a South African watching from Florida. How you doing, mate? United will win, says Nicholas Albanos. I absolutely hope so. If Man United can beat Chelsea, that's beating Spurs and Chelsea after that Huddersfield game. That's an irrelevant fixture now. Winning those 2 big games will put Man United in prime position going into the international break. And let's be honest, international breaks have been bad for Man United recently. We need that to improve, and hopefully going into the international break with a win against Chelsea would put us in a good position. Let's go to Facebook for a few comments about McTominay. No, yes, no, yes. Mixed bag of results. Let's go over to YouTube now. 90% of you are saying no. There's a few people saying yes. He is doing well. We've got Charlie watching from Ireland. How you doing, Charlie? And we've got Sagar watching from Nepal and LA watching from Jamaica. I don't know who I would start in midfield against Chelsea. Clearly, without Kante, or with Kante if he's not 100% fit, it's advantage Man United. But with Pogba being out, it's advantage Chelsea. Both midfields are going to be weak. So Man United have got to do their best, and Matic has got to have an outrageously good performance. Our midfield hinges on the performance of Nemanja Matic. Chelsea's midfield, who does that hinge on? It probably hinges on the return of N'Golo Kante. They were humiliated, as far as I'm concerned, against AS Roma away 3-0. Could have been more than that. They did have a couple of opportunities, but Chelsea are not looking like a solid team at the moment. There's murmurs of discontent under Antonio Conte. Things aren't going right. Didn't start the season very well against Burnley. Then they came into a good run of form, but that form has slipped away again. They were 2-0 up against Roma in the first first group stage game at Stamford Bridge, and they drew 3-3. An Italian manager his defence throwing away a 2-0 lead. It's almost unheralded. And then they go and get beaten 3-0 away against Roma. It's tough times for Chelsea right now, and N'Golo Kante's injury is certainly not helping them. And Man United need to make sure we punish them and capitalise on that. Matthew Kaiser watching from Cape Town in South Africa. Olabenga watching from Nigeria. Good morning to you both. Indradeep watching from India. Good morning to you as well. We've got Barath Nag saying, is Pogba still out for 2 weeks? I'm not sure, buddy. We all thought that Pogba was going to be back for this game. And let's be honest, our attack is looking pretty limp at the moment without Paul Pogba. Against Benfica, it wasn't just a limp attack. When we had chances, we spurned our chances. I remember Mata having an opportunity, missing, Lukaku missing, Martial missing. We weren't doing that early this season. We were taking the chances that we had. Yes, we had more opportunities, so maybe the players were a little bit more confident, but we just need our attack to just be a little bit more inspirational and to be a little bit more creative. Where does that creativity come from against Chelsea? Mkhitaryan, is he going to start? Well, let's have a look at the players that were rested against Benfica. We had Phil Jones, Antonio Valencia, Ashley Young, Ander Herrera, Henrik Mkhitaryan and Marcus Rashford were all rested against Benfica. I think Phil Jones will start. I think Valencia will start. I think Young will start. I think Herrera will start. In fact, I think all of them will probably start. So Jose Mourinho did rest quite a lot of players against Benfica. He didn't rest Matic, a player we all felt he needed to rest. But maybe Matic just told him, said, look, I'm absolutely fine. Play me in every game. But we need Matic to have a barnstorming game. Got Liam Vincent here saying Martial needs to be a super sub against Chelsea. He is close to setting a record in the Premier League. Now, I think it was Adam Lefondre. He got 8 goals and 1 assist in a season. So 9 goals that he contributed to from the bench. Martial's already scored 4 and has 2 or 3 assists. So he's like 2 or 3 away from that record. And it's only just the start of November. He's been inspirational from the bench. Against tired legs and tired defences, Martial has been ripping defenders apart. Fingers crossed he can do that against Chelsea if he starts on the bench. But let me know now in the comments, what's your match prediction for the game? And make sure you drop a like on the video and subscribe to United People's TV, and I will run through a few of your predictions before the end of the video. But as I said, Jose Mourinho's got his press conference today at 1 p.m. We'll bring you the updates and hopefully some positive injury news. Will Jesse Lingard be fit? He struggled off against Benfica with what was, I don't know, it looks like he got hit in the rib. But Lingard may well start against Chelsea. He started against them at home last year and he was fantastic when we played 2 up front. Maybe we'll play a 3-5-2 with Martial and Lukaku up front like we did at CSKA away, and we won that 4-1. But let's read through a few of your match predictions for the game. Let's go to Facebook first. We've got Tom Farr saying 3-1 to Manchester United. Swap Neil and Aaron both saying 1-1. Liam Vincent saying hope United win, but I'm predicting a 2-2 draw. Dane Ryan saying 1-0 United win. That sounds like a very classic Mourinho performance if we can get that out. 2-1 United win, says Nathan Banda. And Stefan Schultz says 2-1 United win. All of you are confident that United are going to get at least a point against Chelsea. I don't know whether that's because we're just United fans and we're getting a little bit blinkered, or maybe everybody's feeling that little bit good about going to Chelsea. As I said, it's a bogey ground. But going into the match, you'd argue that form is with Manchester United, but sometimes in these matches, form is irrelevant. Let's head to YouTube as well for a few of your predictions. We've got Rajiv saying 2-1 United. James Bennison, good morning to you, mate. 1-1 draw, he says. Nicholas Myers, good morning to you as well, Nicholas. 1-0 United. Anne Barnes saying 2-0 win at Chelsea for us. We've got Good Artista saying United 3-2. What a game that would be. David Stark, 2-0 United. And Daniel Bello saying a draw. And I'll be honest, Daniel, I think you're right. I think this will be a draw. I said it will be a draw, 1-1 draw against Spurs, but Man United managed to get that 1-0 win. I'm going for a 1-1 draw again. And I would be happy with a 1-1 draw. Stamford Bridge is not a good place for Manchester United. It hasn't been for a long, long time. Going way back into Fergie's days. Under Jose Mourinho, he had Fergie's number. And then Moyes, he couldn't win there. Van Gaal, he couldn't win there. Man United haven't got a good record at Stamford Bridge, and I'll be happy. Just like I'll be happy with the draw every single year at Anfield, I'll be happy with the draw every single year at Stamford Bridge, and then we beat them at home. That's the way that Mourinho's going to be thinking as well. We all know that. But fingers crossed, Man United's attack can be a little bit better and a little bit more clinical and potent than it was against Spurs and Benfica. Thank you all for watching. If you haven't already, please drop a like on the video on YouTube. Please like the page on Facebook as well. Share this and make sure you hit the notification button, because then you can join us every single morning, get your comments in and get your comments read out with the shout outs. Thank you all for joining in. I'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy.